Hey,
What's
Coach.
up, guys?
How you doing?
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So this is one of those mornings where I woke up, I forgot to brush my teeth for like an hour or two, so I just did that. So that's why I'm a little. I mean, I guess I'm right on time. I'm right on time, but it'll be like 1 second till I pull up some charts. Super stoked. Very, very beautiful day. Feeling extremely abundant. Always feeling extremely abundant, but huh? What? Oh. Okay. Let's see. A little more, but let's get settled in. First things first. Hope some of you are in crypto, and if not, I would definitely get into it because I think this year is going to be a decent. It already has started and started halfway through last year. Decent bull run. Um, but I think it's going to be amplified. 2017 was a good bull run, but I think this one will be amplified because of the economic situation of the world. And yeah, I mean, a lot of currencies not doing so hot, a lot of inflation. And saw a meme a couple days ago that said, is Bitcoin's price going up or is it staying the same and the dollar's price is actually going down? So, uh, yeah, you did. Yeah. So, anyways, good sign or good indication of what I believe. So, let me pull charts up really quick. Let's pop into them.
Dude, a bunch of the GBP pairs blasted this morning.
Ooh, okay. Hopefully, we didn't miss too much then of the fun.
Check out Euro odd too. I'm in a short for that. I think it's about to drop.
Ooh, oh, yep. Look at that already looking good. 4 hour looks juicy. For a short, let's see, 15-minute. Yeah, brother. Honestly, I feel really good about that right off the bat. So thank you for pointing that out. Let's see, 5 minute.
And if
Okay.
you pull up pivot points real quick on the 15, it just closed below one. So
Oh yeah, look at that. And the 5 as well. 5 is under 15. Yep. All right, we're getting started right away today. Okay, short, euro odd. I will draw it out and then we will go through why here in one moment. Let me get in the trade first. Sells. Boom. Okay, in there. Okay, so let's chart it out. So first things first, we were definitely under the 200 MA. This is on the 5 minute. Now I know I'm not like usually trading moving averages, but it's just a good sign. Um, Joseph pointed out we are under a. Actually, haven't I don't mess with this a lot either, but on the 15 minute, we did close under this support line. So usually when we're under support, it'll continue. Okay, back to the 5 minute. So I would say honestly, I'm gonna draw my own lines here really quick. First of all, being under, we're already in a downtrend. You can see, so trend is your friend, right? So follow the trend. Secondly, we're under this moving average line, this red one here. That's a good sign for continuation. We also, we bounced off on the last. I'm looking at the 5 minutes. So since we're scalping, I'm looking for a trade that might last, you know, next 20, 30 minutes, hour, right at most. So that's why we're going to look at the lower time frame to see what that's doing. But we see these 2 wicks we had that bounced off here. And then this current one, we got 18 seconds left. I might have jumped the gun, but it's looking like it's closing a little stronger. But anyways, we had this strong candle move down, and then you see as we started to approach, came down, bounced up a little bit. We started to approach close to the top of this candle. This candle right here is now a resistance level, and this candle closing just now, I still feel good about it. So because in order on trend, so I think everyone on here, only a few of us on here now, I think we all understand or overstand trend, right? Trend means higher highs and higher lows if it's going up, and then a downtrend would be like this: lower highs. See, here's a high, lower, lower, and then lower lows, lower, lower. Well, what should come next? Probably lower, right? So we can kind of draw that out, draw a trend line, connect these two, and anticipate that to continue downward. You can see though we're kind of getting some bend here, so meaning that the trend, it's kind of weakening, like connecting these two, and you see like if we connect these two, directly, this high broke above, so we could, anyways. Looks like the downtrend is not as strong as it was, but okay, so we're in a downtrend, and right here, what I said, this candle being resistance on the 5 minute, looks like there's potential we could break that. So I definitely jumped the gun, but it looked so good. What I would say is we want to see what it happens when it touches this level, because this is a bearish movement. So what I was saying is, like with trend, on the lower time frame, if we're making, right here, lower highs, right? Here's a high, here's a high, here's a high. Well, what has to happen for us to break that trend? Well, we have to have a new higher high, which it looks like we might get now, actually. So, yes, it looked really good. And the reason why I entered was because these wicks right here, strong wick downward like that, especially off of a moving average, right? This one specifically, that's a strong sign of, downward or selling pressure. And so I would have anticipated that to just continue downward right away, but we shall see. So if we close above, I don't care if we cross it, but if we close above that level, then I will get out and then wait for another entry. So I just opened a small trade. Um, yeah, so we have, and I'm looking at, like, sometimes I like to go off of the 1 minute, but 5 minute is usually pretty good. So we'll see what happens here. We just recently, looks like, bounced off of the 200 moving average, about 30 minutes ago, maybe more, on the 1 minute. So let's see what the higher time frame looks like. Yeah, this looks like still looks like a good short to me. We'll see. Okay, we are above it now. We got a minute and 45 seconds. If we don't wick downward, and I'm going to move this line up a little bit so you can actually see clearly where it was resistance right here. See, we came up, and then this 5 minute candle, we bounced up, bounced off, and then as well as here. So in trading, it's the candle bodies that matter most. It's not the wicks. Wicks do matter, and they give us a lot of information. But when it comes to making a decision on what the price is doing, it's the body that matters. So this is making a pretty strong movement, actually. So I jumped in too quick. It's okay. It was a small trade. Small trade. So let's see. Let's zoom out a bit. 4 hour. I'm going to delete these trend lines here. Yeah, this still looks like a really good short on the macro higher time frame. Okay, we got about 20 seconds for this 5 minute. It looks like I'll probably close it with a small loss. just to say, I still actually believe that we'll head downward, but I'd rather have a good entry. And okay, I'm out of that trade. All right, jump the gun. I got excited. I'm like, oh, here we go. The last few live streams have been like 30 minutes, some 45 an hour in before we made the first trade. And so there have been a couple live streams where that like the same thing happened. So I jumped the gun because I got really excited. I was like, oh, here we're finally getting it. First time in a while. So it's better to warm up and kind of look at it. But thank you, Joseph. I still believe that was a good trade, brother. Like that was a good eye.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's just got to retest for a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe there's 200 moving at the 200 MA or something. So yeah. Okay. Let's look at silver. Oh, already dumped. Oh, wow. Silver looks like it's going to head down. It's not an entry point for me, but that looks super good. Honestly, bounce here or we head down towards like 25, maybe 20. Okay, let's see. GJ. Wow, dude. A lot of strong movements like right before we got on. Well, an hour or so before. GU. Okay. UJ. Oh, UJ buys? Question mark. See the 1 hour, 4 hour. And a bit extended right now for me. That's okay. Let's look at Bitcoin here. Oh, Bitcoin looks ripe for some continuation, honestly. On the 15. Okay. Let's zone in. I think that our movement, our trade could potentially come with euro odd. We'll kind of watch and see what happens. I'm going to set some alerts. Okay, I want to know if we come up to here. I want to see like right here. And then if we bust down right here. Cool. Alerts are great. Alerts are so awesome. These live streams are not consistent. Like sometimes it'll be like 3, 4 people like this, and then sometimes like 15, and then sometimes like 6. I don't know. It's funny. Okay. Ooh, go back. UCAD, 5 minute. Yeah, it's just not my entry. If I would have seen that earlier, maybe. GJ. GJ looks like we could be getting an entry for continuation here. So what am I looking for for an entry? So what I want to see, you guys probably heard Joseph mention a retest. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want to see. So a retest means that, okay, so support and resistance, I think by now, yeah, everyone should have knows what support and resistance is. So moving averages can be used as support and resistance. And in the Bollinger Bands, this red line here is a moving average. It's a 20 period, it's the last 20 candles, the closing price divided out equals what this moving average is. So that, like I said, can be used as support and resistance. And I want to see a retest. So we're on the 5 minute now. We had a strong upward movement. So clearly, just because of that, we're leaning towards a bullish movement. In 15 minutes, the New York Open the New York Stock Exchange opens. And so that usually is an influx of volume to a lot of things. So you see, we have strong bullish, strong bullish movement. And then really every movement you just look at like, oh, bearish and then bullish and then bearish goes up and then it goes down, right? So here, you can kind of see that up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then see how this downward movement is super weak right now. So what I would anticipate and what I would like to see is for a test of this moving average right here, and then we could potentially continue up higher. But what we'll do is we'll watch it right now in the 5 minute, and then we'll see what happens. If it crosses under the line of the 5 minute, well, then we'll just zoom out. We'll go to the 15 minute to see what happens, right? Because you see that line's a lot higher now. So the patterns that we watch for, we can watch for them on all time frames, all time frames. Yeah. So we'll keep Bureau odd. Yeah, potentially GJ. I'm gonna kind of chill and watch. So I firmly believe that silver and gold are in for a strong run upward, but I don't know, man. Charts don't lie. Like fundamentally is the reason why I say strong upward run. So the fundamentals being heavy inflation. Inflation. I mean, that's where our money is backed up. So they say by precious metals and stuff. So we keep printing more. But this chart just looks like it wants to go down to zero. So look how powerful, though, just so you guys can see while we're kind of waiting for some movement. This bounce off of that moving average, the retest where this is a 4 hour, but we break under, come down, retest it right here, move downward, retest it, move downward. Here we broke up above a little bit, moved under, and here this candle right here, retest, move downward, retest, move downward, retest, move downward. So that retest off of that moving average is beautiful. Plus, you see here the Bollinger Bands are super wide right here, right? And the wider they are, that indicates that there is a volatile movement happening, which you can see clearly here, strong upward movement, pretty volatile, and there's a squeeze now. So you see how the bands, I mean, what I'm talking about is the top band and the lower band are squeezed together a lot closer. Well, that means that there's a volatile move incoming, because you see here before this volatile move, before this strong movement upward, look at how we had a squeeze. So this squeeze is really tight. Look at, we have kind of a squeeze right now, and it looks clearly like we're heading downward. So fundamentally, I'm like, yo, I want to buy silver. Silver's my baby, dude. I've been talking about silver since years, years. Back when I was at $15, it's like 2018, so 2017. So I want it to go up, but yeah, technically, meaning like using technical analysis, it looks like it's headed down for sure, for sure. So yeah, and I was saying, so looking for a bounce on GJ here, like that's why I'm not going to enter any trades. Like silver looks like it's going to just keep heading downward, but you want to wait for that entry first. And this is where Joseph and I have been working on making sure, if there's not a trade, we don't make it. We don't need to force anything ever. Let's see what Forex Factory says, if there's anything going on. Yeah, look at that. All the GBP. That's what you were saying. But look at all the stuff going on with the British pound. Hence why. Look at that. All that stronghold movement was hours ago. GJ, GP. All looks the same. Yeah, I guess it was good news. Okay, you're on. We just had a cross. Headed upwards. So now this is this next level in the 5 minute. This is a 200 moving average, this blue line. So you can see how it's a level to watch for. So now that we've approached that, I want to see what we're gonna do here. See, based off the 15 minute, when we bounce up, a good target, bouncing upward or downward is, initially to aim for the top of the cloud. So, I mean, based off the 15 minute, it looks like we could head up from there. So let's move this up. And then now we're gonna wait and watch to see if we break the high. So since we just got out of a downtrend, we could potentially see this as a bounce off of this moving average. Now, overstand, understand, realize support resistance is a range, right? It's not an exact. So same thing with moving averages. Even though this is the exact math of the moving average, treat it as a range, because it's never exact. Like I would totally say this is a bounce off of that red line, off of that area. Nothing's perfect. So, and anyways, what I would say is like, yes, potentially after this last 15-minute close, you could see, okay, that's a bounce and we're bouncing up where we go up. And you could probably have been, bought and been in a really safe buy. However, I like to go for the like absolute sure thing. So what I would want to see first is a new high. So I want to see us break this level, and then I want to see a retest, and then that's my entry to long. Okay, but even then, I'm still gonna like watch this 200 moving average on different time frames. So, by the way, look at how we could totally break above it, but look at how we tested this on the 5 minute, and we already got this wick. There's already been selling action. So, yeah, powerful moving averages are pretty tight. So, waiting on it. Sunshine will always come around. Darling, darling, beautiful. Oh, hey, thanks. Ooh, so are you. Hey. So blessed. I gotta eliminate blessed from my vocabulary. Conscious language. It's like, oh, but blessings, that's such a good word, but like less, be less. My girlfriend noticed that. Be less. So gotta figure out a better way to say blessings without saying it. I don't want to tell someone to be less. Subconscious doesn't know the difference. Be moorings. Okay, Euro USD. Ooh, that could be some. Maybe. Yeah, honestly. Yeah, not so much. Ooh, I'm pretty heavy into this rune. This is a crypto. It's looking good. I don't know. I bought it in somewhere around like 350 or something. I'm expecting this one. Okay, right now, here you go, guys. You want to potentially, if you can make one investment for the next like 3 months, if you only had to make one investment, only could make one investment for the next 3 months, I believe that this would be one of the better options. There are some out there that are more risky. I think this one is less risky. It has potential. It's at 397. I think it will 10x. Like literally, like I think it will go up to, and that's kind of minimum. I think we'll probably go to like 20x plus, but I think 10x is kind of, it's basically like 75% sure will happen or more. This is a cryptocurrency, and the best place to buy, I think, is on Binance. It's a DeFi coin. So since we don't really have anything moving at the moment, I'm gonna pull up silver chart just so we can watch it in the background. No, GJ. Yeah. Well, I'm showing you guys this. Rune, Thorchain. Market cap is less than $1 billion, so that's why I could go plus. Okay, right. Market cap. Let's just round up. It's at 1 billion. Okay. Look at the market cap of Bitcoin. 55 billion, 44 billion. Tether's 95 billion. That's crazy. No. I'm sorry. That's 24-hour volume. I'm baked. I'm not baked, but I'm acting like it. Market cap of Bitcoin 700 billion. Ethereum 186 billion. Tether is a US dollar. It's tethered to the US dollar, basically US dollar coin. 27 billion. Rune totally has the what's the word? The use case. Totally has the use case to get that. So, liquidity pool. They're also, it's going to be an exchange. Decentralized DeFi, decentralized finance is like it's the future. It's the future. So basically anything, imagine any company or anything that involves people and finance, but then taking the people out of it, where it's very democratic, but it's not one central, entity or company or bank or individual who runs things. It's ran by code, and people vote by where they put their money. So you can mine these coins. You guys may have heard of miners, but that's just having a computer that's contributing to the network of these coins, and you can vote by having that. So, and telling your computer like what you choose, like based off of what you're mining. Anyways, this is Moolah. So liquidity protocol, basically providing liquidity or providing money for movement, in different exchanges, which is huge because there's a lot of exchanges where I was actually talking to Zachary on here too, a little bit on Instagram, where the demo version of Thinkorswim, they don't have liquidity in the demo version, and they don't have it like attached to anything. So liquidity can be a huge thing. So these guys are going to provide liquidity for like all exchanges basically. And money, totally such a beautiful coin. So you can also there's nodes, so you can buy a node. Basically, you have to buy enough coin, and you can stake it, meaning you put it in there, and you're helping to secure the network by having your coin in there, and you earn interest off of that. And there's some things that pay like 50-60% interest. Find me a bank that pays more than 1%. There's some more than 2%. Find me that. Imagine 50% on your money just for having it in an account. It's pretty dope. So anyways, tangent, do your own research. CoinGecko.com is a great place to research. I recommend this. I recommend it in my course. But if you want to find other DeFi coins to go into, go to CoinGecko.com. Here at the top, click DeFi. And this tells you all the coins that are decentralized finance. And there's some really good ones. Like one thing that I've done is I'll go to market capitalization, and I'll sort the coins by market cap and find the lowest ones. And there's multiple pages, so make sure you go, looking at everything. But find the lowest market cap, and then I will research what the coin does, what the company does. I'll find some cool ones. So here, Cover Protocol, like what does it do? Probably some kind of insurance thing. and only a $32 million market cap. And you base off of like what other cryptocurrencies are at, like that Rune one I just showed you is at 980 something million. So a lot of potential, but you find a good company that has good use case. They're active in their social media and what they're doing. I've had so many of these coins. I'll just like throw 500 here, 500 here, 1,000 here, and double, triple, 10x, 20x my money in the past. So more risky because, you know, higher reward potential, higher risk potential. But anyway, off my tangent. Let's come back to the markets. Had a little bit of time now. Of course, anything to, like, by the way, just to expound, just hit me up. Like, don't just go willy-nilly buying stuff. You want more information or need some help on anything, hit me up about that. But yeah, DeFi, you know, trading Forex is my like day-to-day income, but I will build wealth from cryptocurrency. I am building wealth from cryptocurrency. Silver just headed on down. Euro odd. Cool, we broke through that 200 MA, so potentially we'll just keep heading upward, but still not a buy zone for me. UJ. Okay. Stoked to see Alyssa got on. Glad she could make it. Yeah, so this is like super. There's not very many people on. So like, yo, if you guys want to unmute, if you want questions, if you have any questions about anything, actually, I know each of you on here are in the either coaching or the course. So like, if there's anything you don't understand, any charts, you're like, yo, what do you think about this pair? What do you think about? I can look at stocks, but my track record with stocks isn't so hot, so I can analyze the stock chart, tell you what I think, but I personally like to just stick with Forex. Sorry, by the way, we have our door doesn't block sound very much, and we have cleaning ladies in our building, and they scrub the floor every morning, so you guys probably hear that. It's kind of loud. But yeah, if no questions or anything, I'm just gonna keep rolling, see what we see. Yeah, so this happens sometimes, you know, like looks like a lot of the movement was like right before the stream for sure. 625. Yeah, so stream started here and like look at that. It's okay. US dollar, Canadian dollar. I'm gonna analyze Ethereum. I've been in some Ethereum. God, I honestly bought like weeks ago, and I've been just waiting, dude, for this break that's happened, and I'm so happy about it. Yeah, so we had this run up, but I started like loading up right in here. So I'm on a daily, and I mean, you could just see so clearly, like, we had this bounce off of the moving average or off of this median. And so honestly, as soon as we broke this blue line was the all-time high of 2017. Let me zoom out so you guys can see that. See, that's 20, yeah, or I guess January 2018. So 2018 bull run. And so when we broke that, you know, that's when we get into price discovery. And so Joseph has seen me show this like 5 times, so I'm sorry, brother. It's just, and Nicholas has seen it a couple times as well. But anyways, look at what Bitcoin did, crossed that high and then just ran up. We're headed to 50K now, like 100%. We're going to 50K. So Ethereum, to me, if Bitcoin ran up that much, like Ethereum's a lot better of an opportunity. And so I called this, dude. I've been telling people buy Ethereum now for weeks and weeks. And we're just getting started. Like my first level, I'm looking to see what happens, potentially sell some. It's going to be 22-ish, 100. And then after that, 3,600. Why, do you say? Fibonacci. Okay, let me draw this out. Same thing. I think I've showed you guys a couple times. I'm just going to show you again because it's so powerful. Over here, trading view, right? Third tool down, you get this weird pitchfork. Usually that pops up. But if you click that, the arrow over, click fib retracement, you draw it from the top of the last high, this was 2017, and then you drag that to line up your zero, your bottom level, with the bottom of the chart and with the bottom of the price. So this is how we can see when things are hitting new all-time highs. This is how we see where they are potentially headed. Fibonacci. So you can see clearly how we drew this line or this retracement based off of this high and based off of this low, right? Just these two levels. But if we look pretty clearly, just like support and resistance, we can see how all these other levels, it plays with it consistently, right? So look at here, this 618 level, play with it here, 0.5 level here, 0.236 here, walls here and here and here. So yeah, I don't need to show you any more than that. You can see how clearly going on now. So anyways, that's why I say those levels, because you can draw the same thing on Bitcoin. You can see how it played with the levels as well. So I drew the line a little lower, but right here, that fib level is like 2270. So obviously beforehand, I want to see what happens. And then the next one, 3,600. Well, after that, so I honestly think Ethereum will go to 10K. How long that'll take, I don't know. A year, maybe less. Maybe less. But as you guys are learning price action more and more, then the key is to, when we hit these levels, to see what's going on, to see what the price is doing at those levels. And then we can, decide whether or not, okay, do we want, oh no, I did not mean to do that. Dang. Oh, I meant to remove the drawings, but I took off the indicators. Whoops. Rookie mistake. But anyways, with price action, we get to, okay, we have an idea of the level that it'll go to. Nothing's ever guaranteed, ever. But we can see what the price action is doing at that level.
Hey, Cody, I got to run for the day, but good luck with any trades you make.
Yeah, so far I'm not seeing much, but yeah, man, blessings. I appreciate you. Well, I mean, not blessings, dude, but all the best.
See you, man.
Later. Settings, gotta make this a 200. Oh, whoops. Wrong one. Okay. Ooh, okay. That's a daily. You're odd though, looking good on the long term. I should have looked at the daily because that daily just looks like a good long. It's a good buy. Still not really in buy territory. I haven't seen that buy opportunity coming up yet or happening yet, but it's like silver might be finding a bottom. BJ, GU, BJ. Ooh, Euro USD looking like a good short. This could be our trade. Oh, yeah. Sell Euro USD right now. I will explain why, but you can see we've been ranging, and then we broke the lows over here. And it looks like we're headed down. Let me make sure. Yeah, sell that right now. I'm going to have a tight stop loss on this. Okay, cool. So I'm doing this off of the 5 minute. This probably be a small trade because I have this resistance of a support line drawn. So we're talking maybe 15 pips, potentially, all potential. So we draw it out really quick. Short entry is right here. Stop loss above this last high. Target is, no, don't do that. Target, boom, right here. Even lower, honestly. And we'll see what it does. So let's come out. Let's zoom out. Why that level? Okay, so it looks like that was a high. Yeah, we broke that high. So honestly, right here. And then where do I see another level? This is just basic support and resistance. So ideally, you guys understand, understand. Support and resistance really well. Let's change the color to be the same. Draw a couple of levels. I'm here on the 4 hour because they're major levels. And you just see like this line I drew it because here, 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 here. This line really just because of here. And then a little bit there. But, you know, we can draw this here, but you see this dotted line is where the price is. Like we've already touched that. So, yeah, based off the 5 minute. Looks like we're already in profit. Pretty good. So this is the actual line. You know, remember it's range. Support and resistance is never an exact. So I like to give it a little room to come up. We'll see what the price action does. Like by all means, we can continue down lower. So let's stop loss up at 1.9902. Pretty good. Should make up for the loss on the other one and some. As soon as we get a close, what I like to do is move stop loss down. And yeah, this should have been trade number 1. Like it should have. The other one, I jumped in too early. It was still an okay trade, but should have waited for the candle close. That's where I made a mistake, and that's okay. Like I still think that it was a good trade. But this is good. It's a winner. Okay, sorry. Let me explain why. Okay, this action right here. So first of all, clearly downtrend, right? Second of all, under the moving average, this red line, and you see we got a clear bounce off of that moving average. So we headed down. We broke the lows, so that's like a lovely time to enter. Like if you're in a range like this and you break, you know, either above or below. Like if it had broken this, it would have been a good long. But if you broke below, good level to go downward. Yeah. This right here, this pattern you see after, you know, if you're during a strong down movement or up movement, either way, but in a downward movement, you'll see this, and this is what I like to call, I guess, distribution. Yeah, even though we're going down. So distribution means that it's not what I like to call it. It's what it's called. Somebody who has, or multiple entities who have a lot of an asset. So in this case, they maybe have a lot of euros. they'll push the price up and down to get their dollar cost average, or their average sell. In this case, it'd be average sell price to be higher, because the higher their sell price, the more profit that they'll make. So yeah, pretty good sign for a continuation usually. Totally. And now we wait. I put a larger size on this one because of how good I felt about it. Yeah, between the course or the coaching, I know that everybody in the course or coaching, maybe not the course, but I talk about position size, how to calculate that in the trading plan, like the keeping yourself accountable section, and that's where we'll go. Like, okay, how do I know how large of a size to do? So, anyways, why I'm saying this is because since I did a larger size on this one, I'm just gonna watch this trade. I'm not gonna enter in another trade because I don't want to. I'm not gonna risk any more of my account. So like I'm at like a 3% risk basically. So to me, that's good enough risk. I don't need to go make another trade, and I believe this one will be all I need. And I usually like to do each day when I'm scalping like this, when I'm day trading, at most 3 trades a day, absolute most. So we've already made, this is my second one. And if we get our take profit down here, if it gets hit, or if it keeps going lower, I don't actually have a take profit order set. I'm gonna just watch the price action to see what it does. But this could go on for 20, 30 minutes, who knows, or longer even. But once we get out of this trade, like for me, that's good for the day. So it's easy to want to, you win once or twice, you even lose once or twice. And usually if you lose, like it's easy to want to like get back at the market. And adversely, when you win, it's easy to want to keep continuing. Like, oh, if I'm going to keep winning, why would I stop trading, right? Famous last words. Yeah, famous last words. So this is a marathon. Life's abundant. We got all the time in the world. Like, yeah, you can learn to trade in way, way, way less time than it would take to go to school and have the same potential to earn the same amount. So, beautiful price action we got going on. We had a beautiful sunrise this morning. We got some clouds coming in. This is my view for trading. You see some trees. I'm just chilling on the couch right now, just super comfy. But that's the eastern. This windows face east, so we get to see all the sunrises and stuff. It's pretty nice. It's therapeutic. See, conscious language. I just love when no one's talking. I guess I love the sound of my own voice, but like spouting off. So limiting your trades is good. like as you guys continue, it's imperative to start to set trading rules for yourself. Um, and so limiting your number of trades is a good thing. Calculating your wins in pips and not in dollar amount or percentage. So don't get stuck or don't. Yeah, you get caught up in counting dollars. It's bad news bears for sure. Because the dollar amount you win or lose on any trade, it's easy to change that just by changing your lot size. But counting pips always stays the same. And so, um, making a rule of, okay, I have a goal of 20 pips every day that I win. And if I hit that goal, I'm done for the day. Like you can, 20 pips can be a $20 uh, $20 movement or $20 profit. It could be a 200, 2,000, $20,000 profit, all depending on your lot size, right? It's all the uh, same pip amount. So that's why it's just so important. And you can measure your movements here, like this little ruler tool. So like we entered here, I measured. Now we're about 17 pips, but I think 20 pips a day is a pretty good and easy, pretty good goal, and it's very achievable. I've had days I've gotten 1,000 pips or more for sure. So yeah, this movement's kind of slow, but this is trading. Trading and the markets are just an avenue for the transfer of wealth between the impatient to the patient. And I got nowhere to be. Let's see. We're about to have an hourly close. Let's see what the hourly looks like. Yeah, it looks right. Continuation as well. How's a 4 hour? 4 hour looks right. Daily. Keep on going. Ooh, okay. Five minutes. Let's see what the 1 minute looks like. So when we get this 1 minute close right here, okay. Let's take our money off the table, not close the trade. But what I mean by that is stop loss at the break even point. There's 119. So, well, let me see. Hold on before I make that decision. Let's wait for this 5 minute close to see what we're gonna do. What I was gonna say is let's put our stop loss where the entry is, and then we're trading with zero risk. But I don't want to, putting a stop. I've done that so many times. It's definitely a thing, to put a stop where it's like your stop loss is too tight, and the trade ends up going up, stopping you out, and then continuing in the direction that you thought. So looking to avoid that as well. But I think after this close, just depending, we got 53 seconds left, 52. So I think above this wick would be good. And then it's basically break even for us. Looking good, looking good. Also, it's easy to want to like front run this candle, be like, oh yeah, it's gonna head down, but anything can happen. Anything can happen. So we always wait until the candle closes. And the first trade was a good example of that. So 3, 2, 1. Cool. Okay, moving my stop loss down to break even. So 198. My entry was 19811 or 119811. So what? I'm gonna go 19811. No, I'm gonna do exact 19811 119811. Cool. It's a beautiful feeling to move your stop loss to that point where it's like, yeah, well, no matter what, like, not gonna lose money. I like to do that as often as possible, especially with day trading, with scalping and stuff. So there we go. Going lower maybe. So slow, not much popping off. What was I gonna do? That's okay. Actually, I'll leave that. I'm starting to feel like if we're not moving down, that there's a chance we might not go down much farther. Well, we shall see. By the way, I moved this way down. There. Well, looks like reversal might be happening. Usually, if you don't get strong continuation, like right after candles like this, you'll get a bit of a pushback. Okay, so we might jump out of this early. Potentially, let's see what the 1 minute's doing. Yeah, that's looking like I'm gonna get out. I'm gonna close the trade. Dang. Still in profit though. Tell you why. Probably did it early, dang it. It's okay. No, I still feel good about it. So let's go to hourly. Boom. Actually, I see this. Yeah. Nope. Okay. This is why. We are at the bottom of the cloud. The fact that it's not going quickly is kind of like this is an oscillator. This helps to just show overbought, oversold conditions. I have it on my iPad, and I don't use it a lot to make decisions, but it can be good for the lower time frame just to see like, okay, we got potential for a bounce. Also, really what drove this decision to close this trade is on the 1 minute, we're starting to cross above. And I mean, look at last time we did that, we had a little bit of an uptrend, right? So just for a short time, I do believe like if you look at all the macros, looks like we still have some downward movement to go potentially. Well, see on the hourly here, you could be bouncing at this level, but yeah, for me, I'd rather just like even if it's like it goes up just a tiny bit and then continues downward, like I'd rather just walk away with some profit, like some guaranteed money instead of like waiting around for like it could. So this one's a slow day today. It looks like a lot of the movement happened before we jumped on, which is okay. Like that happens sometimes. Look at this. Look at this volatility before we jumped on, and then when we jump on, British pound. So we made 2 trades so far. Honestly, I think that's all I'm gonna do for today. Um, first trade was a small loss. The other trade was a small win, and really break even. I like broke even today. I am anticipating. I'm looking for another buy opportunity for Ethereum here. I'm gonna be watching that today. So Basically, when I look for this buy opportunity, here's what I'm looking for. I'm not gonna sell. Like I don't short sell. Like when we're in this strong an uptrend. So just to tell you that what I'm looking for is this bounce off the moving average, powerful. Like every time we hit it, basically go up. This one bounce way lower, but I don't really anticipate that we go all the way down on the daily. However, I mean it's possible. So since we broke under this line, this red moving average on the 1 hour is the most recent. I'm gonna go to the 4 hour, and I would anticipate maybe a bounce with the 4 hour. So I'm gonna look for right here. You see how this line will potentially line up with this blue line. Also, we have support. And why is it support? Well, because we came up, we broke above, and we see we kind of wicked off of that. We had 2 candles touch it before we moved up. So that is a support level. So I would say Ethereum, if we go that low before we continue upward, we could go lower, but I don't. I mean, we're strongly moving. So today, just so you guys know, because I'm going to call this live stream here in just a second. I'm going to be looking for Ethereum buys around 1526. You can trade Ethereum in MetaTrader. If you're using CoinEx, I don't know about TD Ameritrade, but I personally use Binance, and you can. I recommend using a VPN, signing up for Binance. You can still trade on Binance, trade Ethereum without a VPN. There's a Binance US. It's just a lot more limited because the US government limits US citizens a lot more than what they like to say. So, but either way, doesn't really matter either way. So Ethereum, like the same patterns, like all these patterns that you're learning, like you can take them to any market, any pair. You do get some funny action for sure with crypto because it is a lower market cap. Like total cryptocurrency market cap, total value period is about 1 trillion, whereas the Forex market does 6 trillion a day. So, it's easier for people with big pockets to manipulate those. So, I'm saying that because the patterns, you follow them, you can trade them well and do well, but, you still get some things where you're like this, for instance, higher, or, here's a low, higher low, right? And then this low breaks this low. So you're thinking, okay, we're probably going to go back in a downtrend, but we end up continuing upward. So things like that, you don't see it in Forex as much. So just be careful. But yeah, today I'm going to be watching this 1520-ish, 1500 level, and I'll see what the price action does around then. And, I'll wait for that reason to enter. So ideally, we might see something like this. We see some wicks. And then as soon as we get that engulfing candle, which technically is right here, then I'll buy in. You can see how that was a strong signal there. So, and this candle here was beautiful. Anyway, well, before I get off, I want to pop it open. Does anyone on here have any questions? Anything you want me to look at? Anything you're like, oh, if I could just know this, it would make my trading life easier? Anything at all? No? Okay, cool. Sweet. I'm going to in Discord. I think 1 out of 3 of you are in Discord right now. So right now, still not active. Coming weeks, we're gonna do a lot more than that. A lot more calls, a lot more. So if you're in coaching or you bought the course, you'll get into that for at least a month or 2 for free. Price point will be like $50, I think, a month after that. I have a couple partners I'm going in on that with. But yeah, that's gonna be game changer for sure. So these live streams are awesome. It's awesome to copy, but I can only do so many things. Like I'm coaching and trading and making content and loving my girlfriend and all these things. So I just want to, before we, I want to be able to provide consistent content. So anyways, we'll be announcing that soon, but yeah, cool. abundance and prosperity your guys' way, and you all know how to get a hold of me if you have any questions about anything for sure. So next live stream will be Tuesday. Next Tuesday, I use the exact same Zoom link every time for this. So yeah, just know that. Overstay. Okay, cool. You guys take it easy.